When Vernon married Dee and moved into Graceland with 3 little boys, what bedrooms did they use? And also, when Elvis had the garage converted to an apartment for Vernon and Dee, how big was it?
Same size it is now.
Yeah, basically, garage apartment, 3 garage apartment.
Was it? It was a 3 garage, so it was pretty.
It was pretty good size.
Okay.
And they added a bathroom in it, so.
Okay.
3-car garage.
So yeah, 3-car garage is good size.
It was one big huge room, and after when Patsy and Marty lived there, as far as I can remember,
So
it was sectioned off, like they had the little living area and the bed, and
Yeah.
Was it ever 2 rooms, or did?
No.
I didn't think so. I didn't think they sectioned it off like that. It
was like a studio apartment.
Yeah,
it was open. Okay.
Because they had their meals inside.
Okay.
Patsy and Marty did, and the kids. I don't know about Vernon and Dee.
I'm thinking that I don't know for sure, but I was thinking they stayed at a motel until
that was
got
finished.
that finished, because he didn't want, he couldn't stand the fact that in his mother's room
Okay.
and all. So
when did Grandma move down to his mother's room? Because Grandma was upstairs with him.
Mm-hmm.
Was Lisa's room her room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think she moved down there right after he got back from Germany and all.
Yeah.
She moved down there,
Yeah.
and the boys stayed in the room that Aunt Delta had now, which was off the kitchen and all that.
Okay.
Was usually the one that the cook, the maid, and all them used.
They used later, but
Yeah, it's been told that Elvis kicked Dodger out of her bedroom and gave that to the boys, and that's not
No,
true.
that's not true.
Okay.
Elvis would have never done that.
Right.
No.
Okay. Did Elvis's...
I don't know who said that, but God almighty.
Whoever said that had a great imagination,
Yeah.
because
Right.
Run away with them.
that would have never happened.
Yeah, it was told by one of the boys. He's not a boy now. By
Well,
one
he
of the
knows better than that.
brothers.
A lot of things have been told about
Okay.
one of the guys,
Okay,
and that's
that was
exaggerated.
Right. Okay. Did Elvis's sundial suit have a secret zip on it that could make it bigger? It looked like on the CBS special that he unzipped it a little so that he could sing the song "Hurt."
He may have. Yeah.
Okay.
But no,
It didn't make it bigger.
didn't make it any bigger.
Right. It was nothing like that. He just may have unzipped it a little. Okay.
They were, they were
He might have
tight
been-
anyway. and
Yeah, they were
so-
heavy. He might have been
and,
hot, or
he, or give him more.
Give him a little bit more like diaphragm room to belt out. Okay. Could you tell the story again about when Lisa called her daddy Elvis, and then the one where Lisa was getting the puppy?
Called him Elvis.
Mm-hmm. Instead of daddy, she called him Elvis.
it's got some nasty stuff in it. But she talked kind of, whatever she wanted to say, she said it. But I can tell you about the puppy.
Okay.
He had planned a outing, and we were going to several different places, and we had gone out to Graceland. I remember Lisa come running up, and she said, "Joe, guess what? My daddy is buying me a puppy." And I said, "Really? What kind of puppy?" And she said, "I don't know yet, but we're going to go to the pet store." And I said, "Oh, good." So I remember being in the car. Lisa was sitting in between Linda and Elvis, and we were in the back seat, and she kept saying, "Daddy, when are we going to get my puppy?" And he'd say, we're going to go get it in a little while. There's some things that Daddy wants to do first." And in a few minutes, she said, "Daddy, but my puppy." And he said, "Lisa, no, don't make Daddy shoot you." and Linda would just kind of look at him, you know. And she'd go, "We're going to get your puppy." Well, we went on and we went. It started getting later. I don't know. We went to some place early. I can't remember exactly where, but then we went to the Karate Institute, Tennessee, where his cousin Bobby Jane, Ed Wren, and Patrick Wren, all they were out there, and she got restless, and she kept saying, "Well, but when are we gonna get my puppy?" And it was starting to get late, so Elvis had he asked Linda to call and asked to keep it was Kilgore's Pet Shop in the Southland Mall, and asked them to keep the store open because we were coming out there, and so she did, and we finally got to the pet store, and we went in, and it was just originally Lisa was getting a puppy, and we went in, and Elvis started looking at all the dogs, and he'd go, "Yeah, it's me, it's me, it's old Elvis, it's me. You're you're not seeing things, it's really me." And he started going, "Who's that dog right there remind you of? It looks like so and so, and look at that one over. That looks just like so." So he started doing all that, and then he said, "Okay," he said, "Joe, pick you out a puppy." And I said, "Really?" I said, he said, "Would you like to have one?" I said, Billy said, "No, she doesn't." And he said, "Billy, you're fired." Billy said, "Well, actually, she'd love to have one."
Love to.
So I picked out Getlow. And he started looking at Getlow, and little fur ball shaking, raised a little butt around the floor.
What was it, a Pomeranian?
No.
It was a Chow.
A Chow, okay.
I said, I used to have a Chow when I was little. And he said, "Well, we'll get him." Of course, his name wasn't Getlow then. And so they took him out and brought him to me, and Elvis started looking at him. He said, "Do you have another one of those?" And the guy said, "Actually, I don't." He said, "I can order you one, but that's the only one I have." And he said, "Oh, Joe, you wouldn't want to take another type of puppy, would you?" And I said, "Well, why do you like this one?" He said, I do." And I said, "Yeah, I don't mind. He said, "I'll order you one." Billy said, No, don't order another one. We'll just." So he bought me a Great Dane.
Okay.
And
Baron.
He named him Baron for me, and so he took Getlow, and actually we were in the Stutz, and he decided to buy somebody else one, and we had the whole back seat and front seat full of puppies coming home.
Canines.
And then when we got home, he told everybody there. I remember Barbara Klein went back, and George about had heart failure because he didn't, have pets or anything in the house. And she went back and got a dog, and some of the girlfriends went and got a dog, and he bought Laura a puppy, and a bunch of the people that worked for him.
that pet store.
He cleaned the pet store out.
Exactly.
Hell, let me
What did you
praise my old self here. What got all that started, Joe?
about what?
Getting the dogs.
Getting all the dogs?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
You don't? Okay, let me remind you.
When you say it, I'll remember.
They had bought him a, what do they call them? Like Bye-Bye.
Pomeranian.
Oh, a Pomeranian.
Was it a Pomeranian?
It was a Pomeranian.
Yeah,
Edmund.
Edmund.
And you told him. I remember now.
Okay, and so he brought it, boy, and he was
It was a
showing
little
it off,
bitty
and it
thing.
was the cutest little thing, and I was just aggravating him, and because we were always doing that with each other. and
Billy
I said,
started
laughing.
laughing.
I started laughing. I said, something? I said, somehow
That dog and you.
you and that dog just don't go together. I
Right.
said, you're a big man as you are, and
Carry that
little bitty dog around.
dog.
But did he give it to Aunt Delta?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he gave it.
I just knew when you said Edmund, I was thinking
He
Aunt
did the
Delta's
same
dog.
Yeah.
thing with his horse, your horse.
Oh, yeah, you talking about.
Elvis,
But
it was.
you didn't let me finish the
Go
story
ahead
about
with
the
that.
dog.
Yeah,
but
no,
anyway,
you're right. Go ahead.
that's when he wanted another dog.
Ah,
So that's how we wound up, getting Lisa
dogs.
wanted a puppy, and
he
because
took,
she heard us,
he took that opportunity to go ahead and get him a bigger dog.
and so he was looking at bigger dogs and all, and he just fell in love with Gitlow, and so
What
Joe,
color was Gitlow?
he was a reddish,
Reddish.
A reddish.
Yeah.
That's what I was picturing.
Reddish, kind of like
pretty
Pretty.
little dog, but he
kind of like your little Miko.
yeah.
Except
No,
not
I mean, I mean Gitlow, the
as,
chow
it was
chow.
red. I thought you
The
meant
chow
Ebony.
chow was red too.
No,
No,
he was
the what?
Gitlow, the chow chow,
The chow chow was red.
was red.
Uh-huh.
What was Edmund?
Edmund was a pommy.
And he was just kind of mixed.
He was kind of like a reddish brown.
reddish brown.
or- yeah,
Okay.
more
okay.
brown, though.
More brown.
Okay.
Kind of like Miko.
Yeah.
Like my
But
little
a
one.
lot smaller.
Okay.
That's why Billy was aggravating him. He said, "You just," because he had him up in his arm. Billy said,
I bet that did look funny.
that just looks so funny. And he went, "Oh, damn you, Billy." you.
Is that why he gave it to his Aunt Delta?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
When Elvis bought us the horses, we went out to, you got that mohawk from Cecil Stallings, didn't you?
Yeah.
And we went out to his place and,
Oh, the horse.
The horse.
I was thinking.
mohawk. No. Can you see Elvis with a mohawk?
When he
Yeah.
said you got that mohawk, I'm like, when? Ew. Okay.
When he got mohawk,
Sorry.
he was a,
That would have been something to see Elvis in a mohawk.
he was a, what do you call him? He was a, yeah, in a what do you call him? With a spot, Appaloosa. And we went out and Elvis got on him and was riding, right. He was wild as a goat.
Was a stallion.
Mohawk was. Yeah, he was a stallion.
He was just,
And Billy
really high strung.
Billy was standing there and Elvis was going, yeah, he's real spirited. And Billy said, yeah. He said, your feet almost touched the
Right.
ground. And he said, what? And he said, Elvis, he said, I don't mean to bust your bubble or nothing, but he said, you too big for that horse. So he bought it and gave it to Billy, but then he went, he got him the,
He
got
said,
Ross's
you like
son.
him? I said, man, yeah, I like him. He said, then you can get him.
You can
He said, well, I'll get him for you then.
He said, you always got to run everything.
You always got to ruin everything. He said, well, think about it. Would you want to ride and let anybody see you riding that like a little pony?
But he wound up with a beautiful horse.
He sure did.
and son.
Who,
He-
2 or 3
he-
Rising Sun, you say?
He had
Rising
Rising
Sun,
Sun and Bear and was it Ebony or was Bear
Ebony. No, he got Thundercloud first.
Got
Bear. That was his original name.
Yeah.
Thundercloud.
Bear.
Oh.
He also got the horse that he got. He gave it to me first at midnight.
Mhm.
And then Vernon had Traveler, and Midnight was a little bit too spirited to suit me, but Traveler was just made you look like you could just ride so good. So I switched horses with Vernon, and I had Traveler.
Okay.
And to come to think about it, I never thought about it, but Alicia owned Traveler after I did.
Sure
after
did.
we sold them and we left the ranch and
Got
everything.
to talk about horses. And
Got to think, and she'd told me
Tennessee
his name was
Traveler.
Tennessee Traveler.
Alicia Kerwin.
uh-huh.
Alicia
Okay.
Curran. He wasn't as old when I had him, but then when we had to get rid of him, it was only by that time, that was in 68 or 69, and then in 75, 76, well, it was probably about 73 or 4 when we got the horses, wasn't it? 68 into the 70s that she came along, so.
All right. Did